In this video, I'm just going to talk through some of the answers to this independent event practice assignment, just to make sure we're all on the same page. So the question says, find the probability of each event if you spin both of the spinners. So the first part says, what would the probability be of spinning white? And then the letter A. So this is going to be the first spinner, and this is the second spinner. So because these are compound events, we're talking about the probability of the event happening on this spinner first and then on the second spinner. So the probability of spinning white on the first spinner is 1 out of 5 because one section is white and there are 5 total sections. And the probability of landing on A on the second spinner is 1, there's one section with an A, out of 3 total sections. So we just multiply these two numbers together by multiplying the numerators straight across. So 1 times 1 gives us an answer of 1 up top over 5 times 3, which is 15 on the bottom. So let's check out number 2. The second one here says, what's the probability of landing on a striped section and then on a section called B? So on spinner 1, there are 2 striped sections out of 5 total sections. And on spinner 2, there are 2 sections with a B on them out of 3 total sections. So if we multiply those together, we get 2 times 2 up top, which gives us 4, again with a denominator of 15. So I'll do one more with you and then let you kind of work through it and check back in at the end. So third one says, what's the probability of a solid section, which we're going to count these 2 shaded sections as solid. So again, that would be 2 sections out of 5. And then what's the probability of not landing on B on the second spinner? Out of the 3 sections, 1 of them is not B. So this would be a 1 out of 3 chance. So multiplying those together, 2 times 1 gives me 2 up top and 15 on the bottom. So I'm going to ask you to pause the video here, check out, see if you can do number 4, and then unpause and see if you and I got the same answer. So as you can see for the fourth one, I had a final answer of 4/15. There are 4 sections that are not white on the first spinner. So 4 out of 5 for the first probability, and then 1 out of 3 for the second, which when I multiply them together, I get an answer of 4/15. So with that being said, I think you've got enough practice with me. The second section here, I'm going to ask you to try on your own. It says to find the probability of each event if you spin the spinner that they have here, 4 sections, and roll a number cube. A number cube is just another way of saying a standard die. So you're talking the numbers 1 through 6 and the spinner below. So go ahead and pause the video and check back in once you think you're done. So here are my answers to the last 4. You see the first one was pretty straightforward with a 1 out of 4 times 1 out of 6, giving you 1 over 24 for number 5. For number 6, I just wanted to make one note. I highlighted the second number there because the probability of landing on yellow is 1/4. The probability of rolling an even number would be 3 out of 6, and I could have put that in the problem and then had to simplify later after I got my answer. But I chose to simplify to 1/2 right away, which caused me to not have to simplify my final product. So my final answer there was 1/8. For number 7, I had to simplify my final answer because I ended with 3 out of 24, which simplifies to 1/8. And then for the last one, I had 1/2 chance of landing on red, and then 5 out of 6 chances of rolling a number that was not 4, which gives me a probability of 5/12. So at this point, I think you are ready to move on to your final challenge. We have a couple extra resources for you if you think you want to practice a little bit more. But in a nutshell, that is how you can find the compound probability of two events that are independent of each other.